Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Keith once again with Craps TX. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, please hit that thumbs up for us. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when the next video comes out. So today we're going to do another head-to-head series, just be a one video series. Not even a series, I guess. It's just a one video head-to-head thing. But we're going to pit the 110 inside against the 122 inside, which 122 is a little more aggressive. You immediately start pressing each hit. You basically press with what you win per hit. The 110 inside, a little more, I don't know, safe, I guess you could say. I mean, you're still putting 110 out there, but you're going to wait until you get two hits, and then you're going to regress to 66 and then start pressing up from there. So we're at a $15 table. We're going to pit those two against each other. Hopefully I can keep them separate and go from there, see how it ends up. I do have a video on each individually, the 122 to table max, and then the 110 inside, press, regress, and something else. I'll put links for those down below. You can go check those original videos out. First of all, I'd like to thank our two partners, PokerChipMania.com, right down there. They have the clay chips like this. They have ceramic chips. They have casino-grade chips, also the composite striped dice chips that I use here. They've also got roulette chips, chip racks. They have the cases that these racks go in if you have a bunch of them. They sell the 19mm dice. They also have supplies for poker, blackjack, and other card games. Right now, if you use the code down there at the bottom of that banner, CRAPSTX10 at checkout, you'll get 10% off your entire order. It's PokerChipMania.com, link in the description below. Next up is Grip Mats. That's gripmats.etsy.com. They're the ones that make this deluxe craps mat right here. They also have a regular craps layout. They've got layouts for poker, blackjack, and baccarat. They also have some licensed designs for Marvel, DC, Dune, Star Wars, and a lot of others. They got all kinds of home type game mats, even chess, checkers, and backgammon, a bunch of fantasy type games, over 300 different kinds of games. And if you don't see one out there that you're looking for, reach out to them. They may be able to help you out. They also run percentage off discounts right there on the product pages. That's gripmats.etsy.com. Quality mats for your gaming, home, and office needs. Like I said, links for both of those will be down in the description below. And you may have noticed this yellow package right here. I was able to partner, or I guess you could say, I reached out to these people just to see if maybe they could, maybe they wanted to feature their dice on our channel. So these are casino grade dice. They're found on Amazon, CGS, casino grade craps dice. These are sold by Zurity Brands. I'll have all that on the screen right here. And I'll have a link down below in the description. These are supposed to be kind of the sanded edge. Well, not sanded edge. They're still razor edge. But sanded face, I guess you could say, type dice. They are a little more. They're not transparent. Okay, so here, man, these are sharp. Those are pretty sharp. So those are your casino grade dice there. Here are the clear, transparent kind. You can kind of see the difference there. So we're going to give these a whirl thanks to CGS Gaming Supply and Zurity Brands on Amazon. We'll, matter of fact, we'll use them for this video. So let's get this stuff out of the way. And yeah, another supporter of the channel, and we appreciate it very much. Always use a new set of dice, right? The other ones are getting kind of chipped and rounded out anyway. All right, so I've got set up for 5 shooters. If we get to 5 shooters, great. If not, we're really not going to worry about it. We'll just kind of see how the session goes. I'll put these over here. I'll play the 110 inside along the top of this of the numbers, and I'll play the 122 along the bottom side. So, all right, let's get these set up over here and out of the way. We're not going to be the shooter in any of these. Let's use these new dice if I don't cut myself with them, and we'll get us a point. All right, pitting the 110 inside against the 122 inside. The 122 is a little more aggressive, kind of uses what CZ Vegas calls a Fibonacci strategy, even though it really isn't a Fibonacci. It's just progressing up the bets by the winning. You know, whatever you won on that bet, it basically gets pressed up that much. And then the 110 inside, we wait for 2 hits and then regress and then start pressing up however we want from there. We can even mimic the other one at that point. Anyway, 628, that is going to be our point. Like I said, we'll put this 110 inside up top here. A little easier to control. And then the 122, we'll kind of zigzag it. We'll put it along that bottom corner. That's 25, 36, 36, and 25. 110 is 25, 30, 30, and 25. All right. It may seem like an unfair advantage. You have $610 versus $550, but let's just roll it out and see how it goes. Dice out. All right, there is a hard 6. Let's pay the top side first. 30 is going to pay 35. So we're just going to say same bet. Like I said, we're going to collect the first 2. And on the 6 over here, 36 is going to pay 42. We're just going to say, dealer, take me to 42. And then we'll take that 36 back and put it in the rack. All right. So let's see if we can keep track of that. Dice out. All right, 549. There is our second hit for our 110 inside person. That 25 also pays 35. We're going to say same bet. We'll regress that down to 66 in just a moment. Let's go ahead and pay out the 122 inside. It pays 35 also. Dealer, take me to 35. We'll take that quarter right back. All right, so dealer, please take me down to 36 or 66 inside. Let's see, there's 75. We'll just take $9 out of that 75. Give that back to ourselves, and then we'll get our 66 set up. That is 15 on each. And we cap the 6 and 8 off with $3 each to make it 18. So 15, 18, 18, and 15. All right, there we go. Now we can press however we want on this. Oh, we're not going to press anybody right now. They both lose. So we'll go ahead and take that down. Round 1, it looks like the 110 guy or gal or better gambler, I guess you could say, is doing a little bit better. So it's just kind of a couple of different, I don't know, ways of betting, or, you know, different strategies, obviously, but different methods as well. You know, conservative versus, you know, just starting out pressing right off the bat. All right, let's get another set of dice here. Again, these are very sharp, so I'm not going to complain. Those are some good dice. Dice are out. Thank you to CGS Gaming Supply, Zurity Brands on Amazon. There is a hard 6. Pitting the 110 inside against the 122. So let's get our 110. We'll go on this top corner. It is set up just like that. And like I said, I do have videos for both of these that I've run before, and that'll be down in the description below. Remember how to set that up. 36 and 36. There we go. 25, 36, 36, 25, 10, or 25, 30, 30, and 25. Nice out. All right, I won't go through that again. We'll just, you know, rewind it if you don't remember what the bets were. There is a 6. That is going to be point hit buckshot. Let's pay this one. 30 is going to pay 35. That is going to be same bet. And 6 over here, 36 is going to pay 42. We're just going to say, dealer, take me to 42. And they'll give you that 36 back. And we're looking for a new point. Bets are off. Dice are out. 5, 4, 9. 9 will be our new point. And dice out. Boxcars, 12 midnight. Does not help either of them. And neither does the ace deuce, unless you're playing the horn. That doesn't help anybody. And a 2x4 6. All right, that helps. 30 pays 35 for the 110 inside. And where are we at? That was a 6. We're already at 42 there, right? So 42 is going to pay 49 or 50 for 1. Dealer, take me to 75. That is the next. Actually, take me to 90. That's the next progression on that. So you only get $1 back. And then here we're going to regress down to 66. So there's 75 to put towards our 66. We'll get $9 and change. Color that up real quick. There is 5 red for a green. And then we'll get our 66 set up. 15, 18, 18, and 15. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you like these pitting against each other strategies head to head? If you do, if you've got a couple other strategies you'd like me to run against each other, absolutely let me know. Absolutely let me know. All right, 628. So this one we've already regressed, so we can just press however we want here. 18 is going to pay 21. I'm going to say, dealer, take me to 36. So that'll be fairly easy. Oops. So we'll swap out 5 of those red for a green. Put that there. Take 1 white, and we'll take $3 back to the rack. Over here, 36 pays 42, and we'll just say, dealer, take me to 42. And we'll get that 36 back. So with the 110 inside person, again, once we reach this point after we regress to 66, you can be as aggressive or, tentative as you want. It doesn't matter. Just do whatever you want. You're basically playing with profit, so do what you like. All right, 6, 2x4, 6. We got 18 on the top player here, the 110 inside. That is going to pay 21. Same thing, we'll just say, dealer, take me to 36. So there is 5 red for a green. Cap that off with $1, and we get $3 back to the rack. We're going to color some of those up there. There's 5 white for a red. And 2x4, 6, 90 is going to pay 105. The next progression on that, if you recall from the 122 to table max, is 180. So we'll get 15 back, and then 180 goes on the 6. Like I said, this one you need a few more hits to really get into making some money. This one you've already made your money back. So we may already have figured out who the winner is, or the winner will be, unless we get a really long roll. There's a hard 8. So this 36 is going to pay 42. We can almost mimic the other one at this point and just say, dealer, take me to 42. And you'll get that 36 back. Because you're playing with profit anyway. Why not? Over here, 42 is what we have. That's going to pay 49 or 50 for 1. And that will go back to the rack over there. That will go up to 90. Dealer, take me to 90. All right, nice out. 6-5, yo, 11. No help, no harm. Nice out. Like I said, we may not get through all 5 shooters. We'll just kind of keep an eye on time. I don't want it to drag out too far. 5-2-7, that is everybody out of the pool. Time for the lifeguard break. Go get yourself something to drink, put on some more sunscreen, or just chill out. All right, so that'll do it for shooter number 2. We're on to shooter number 3, I believe. So let's see what we can do. All right, there's a 2x4, 6. So let's go ahead and try to get a point set. Coming out, dice out. There is a hard 10. All right, 10 will be our point. 110 inside. We should all know that by now. And then the 122 inside on the opposite corner. And there we go. All right, dice are out. Who will win? Go ahead and put your guess down in the comments below before the video is over. 415. All right, both of those are going to pay 35 to each player. The what happened here? Oh, we didn't put our. I'm sorry, we didn't put our chips away. Matter of fact, let's. Well, no, we'll just put them away. If we need to color up later, we will. Let's put them away from the previous shooter. There we go. All right, now 25 pays 35, same bet. 25 pays 35. Dealer, take me to 35. So they will get a quarter. All right, dice out. There's a 639. Same thing on that other end. 25 pays 35. The 110 player is going to same bet and regress down to 66. The other player is going to also win 35, but say, take me to 35. Take my 9 to 35. Get a quarter back. This one is going to regress down to 66. So we'll get $5 out of that 70, or $9 out of that 75, rather. Backwards here. There we go. And put that there. Oh, we are going to need some red. There is 5 for a quarter. Let's get another 5 out of here for a quarter. And let's see if that's enough. All right, we need to go 18, 15, 18, 18, and 15. There we go. That is enough. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, nice out. 110 inside against the 122 inside. Semi-conservative against a little more aggressive. 5, 3, 8. 8. Let's see. 18 is going to pay 21. We'll just say, dealer, take me to 36. 5 red for a green. 2 of those red on there is 35. With a white's 36. $3 back to the rack. Over here we have 36 already, so that is going to pay 42. Dealer, take me to 42. There's our 42. Slide that right on there, and 36 will go back to the rack. Already looks like the 110 guys got a little bit bigger stack over there. Nice out. 2 by 4, 6. All right, 18 is going to pay 21. Again, we need more red. Here's 5 right here. There's 5 red for a green from the previous shooter. Where are we at? 6. Okay, 18 is going to pay 21. Dealer, take me to 36. 5 and 36. $3 back to the rack. 6 over here has got 36 on it, so that's going to pay 42. We're going to need some white chips now. There's 5 for 5. So there is 36, 42. And 36 goes back to the rack. All right, nice out. Always fun to try to keep 2 different players straight in check. Sometimes I have problems doing just one player. 5, 2, 7. All right, so that is going to be it for that shooter. I believe that was shooter number 3. Where we at on time? 17 minutes. We might be able to get to a shooter number 4 and 5. Just depends. If shooter number 4 goes on a tear, we might just end it there. Made you say underwear. Well, that's a Bare Naked Lady song, and it had nothing to do with that whatsoever. All right, let's put these away. That is shooter number 3 and shooter number 3. So let's get shooter number 4 out. We'll go ahead and set them up before we get a point set. We'll just keep the bets off. We won't be working the come out, but that'll at least get us set up and ready for when the point is set. There we go. All right, bets are off. Dice are out. 110 inside against the 122 inside. There's a 5, 2, 7. Frontline winner. No help, no harm to us. Nice out. 5, 4, 9. 9 will be our point. And now we are back live with the bets. They are working. 3 craps. Ace deuce. No help, no harm. Hard 10. There is nothing there. Find the holes. 6, 5, yo. See a horn, bet a horn. Dice out. 2 by 4, 6. All right. 30 is going to pay 35. This is the same bet guy. He gets 2 same bets in a row. Over here for the other one, 36 pays 42. Dealer, take me to 42. There's our 42. And 36 back to the rack. All right. Dice out. 415. That is going to pay 35 to each player. Same bet for player number 1. Player number 2 is going to say, take me to 35 and get that quarterback. This one is also now going to regress down to 66. There is 75 towards that, so we'll take $9 and change and get set up 66 inside. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And that goes there. And I don't have enough white. Let's see. Let's get 5 white from here for a red. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Nice out. It's 5, 2, 7. All right. So we're through with that. And we will get to a shooter number 5. We got enough time for the head-to-head battle here. The 110 inside, more conservative, against the 122 inside, a little more aggressive. You really have to hit a long roll on that 122 inside. All right, we'll do that. We'll put this away. And we'll get our last shooter set up for each of these. There's our 122 inside and our 110 inside. All right, bets are off. We're coming out looking for a new point. Dice out. Shooter number 5, 6, 3, 9. 9 is the point. All right, dice out. That was knocked out by me. 3, 2, 5. 25 pays 35 to both. The first player does the same bet. Second player does takes the 5 to 35 and keeps that quarter. Dice out. 5, 4, 9. Same thing on the other end, except we also hit the point. But both of those pay 35. The first player does the same bet and regresses to 66. The second player takes the 35 and says take the 9 to 35 and gets that quarter back to the rack. Let's regress. This player will take $75 and put it towards the 66, so we'll get $9 back. And get set up there. 1, 2, 3. 3 and 3. And just enough. All right, dice out. Looking for a new point. Bets are off. There is a hard 4. 4 will be our point. And we're looking for one great run, and we're not going to get it. There is a 5-2, and we're through. So the 110 inside versus the 122 inside. Conservative against a little more aggressive. I think we can kind of visually see how they did. Even though the 110 only started out with $550, the 122 started out with $610. We'll go ahead and get it all counted up here. I'll go ahead and just speed up through this so you don't have to watch. And go. All right, we'll come back in here. The 122 player is at 375, 380, 383. Our 110 inside is at 500, 600, 615, 616, 17, 18. So 618 versus 375, 383. Almost 2 times as much, but started out with a smaller bankroll, 550 versus 610. So let me know what you think. Is that the way that you thought it was going to turn out, with a more conservative strategy versus a little bit more aggressive strategy? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, you can email us right here, crapstx@gmail.com. If you've got ideas for other strategies you'd like to see, either head-to-head or just a plain strategy run out just like it is, let me know down there, and I will respond and we'll consider it. Got a few in the bank already waiting to be run. And yeah, that's the 110 inside versus the 122 inside. I'll have a clever name somewhere, I'm assuming. Go check out our 2 partners, pokerchipmania.com and gripmats.etsy.com. Also, thank you to CGS Casino Gaming Supply Zurity Brands on Amazon for these casino grade dice, very sharp razor 19 millimeter dice. They are serial numbered, and These are 076. Yep. And these are the more, or the non-transparent type. They kind of look sanded in a way, but yeah, go check them out. And thank you to those guys and gals over there. That is probably going to do it. Hit that thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when the next video comes out. This is Craps TX. My name is Keith. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope we had a lot of fun here. I did. It was kind of interesting running two strategies like that together, and especially once we saw the result on the more conservative strategy was better than the more aggressive one, which you can kind of say that sometimes. You really need a long roll for that aggressive one to work out. So that's going to do it. We'll see you on the next one. Puck is off. Okay, bye.